Howdy there, folks, and all the ships at sea. We're having another live stream, and this one's going to be fun and interesting. So I think it was Sonic Jet, if I'm not mistaken, suggested that we do a live stream where I'm just reviewing ordinary everyday foods, or foods that like everybody eats on a regular basis. So I thought it was a pretty. At first, I was a little apprehensive, and I thought it might be kind of boring, and then I thought it would be a pretty good idea, only because I thought it would be a good way to calibrate my taste buds and just kind of get into the whole thing of, being able to revisit very, very familiar foods and then accurately review them. So what I'm going to do is this: I'm going to review the foods. I'm going to try them. I'm going to review the foods on their own merit. So I'm not going to say like, oh, well, this could be this fancy thing and whatever. I'm going to review them on their own merits, their own flavor, their own taste, their own textures. And then I'll probably offer like, what would I do to make it better? And I don't mean like throwing it in the trash or anything. I'm going to offer real things to what I would do to make it better. So thought I would do that. So I thought it could be pretty interesting. And so we have a full plate, as it were, today. I think we have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. So we have everything, and an adult beverage and a soft drink. And what I did was I did a little bit of research, and I tried to find the most popular. First of all, I was trying to find the most popular foods, and I went by that list. I went by some of your suggestions. I went by the most popular foods, and when I did find the most popular foods, I went, well, what is the most popular brand of those foods? And that's everything that's represented here today is the most popular foods in the United States and the most popular brands of those foods in the United States. Now, I could have done the most popular foods, worldwide. There are some that, would be easy enough to get. But the problem with that is that this has to be about like the United States, because to people who are watching outside the United States, some of this stuff might be unusual or interesting or different. But to American taste buds, all this stuff should be very, very familiar. And then you watching out there in internet land, will be able to relate to what I'm doing because you've tried it before. I'm going to move this a little bit closer so I can see the chat a little better. There we go. And let me move this down. I think we're good. Yeah, that'll work. You'll be able to see somewhat there. Let's see, I want to make sure I don't miss anything here. Europrop is joining us from Europe. So Europe is already represented, and they will find out what crazy stuff us Americans eat that we call normal. Let's see. Ice Hand is here. Does anyone remember the Rodney Dangerfield Money Easy Money? They had a regular guy clothing line in it. I don't remember that. I'll have to check that out. Miguel Rangel is here. Janice Yamanaka is here. Let's see who else. Adam Hab is here. What college is that shirt about? Bacon, do you not recognize this shirt? All right. So this is an iconic. You're talking about the sweatshirt, not the shirt itself. This is an iconic sweatshirt. So somebody out there should recognize this sweatshirt. It is a very iconic sweatshirt. I can, if you want a hint, I can tell you which college it's from, and that's Faber College. So I will let you guys work on that a little bit. Let's see who else. Yes, Miguel, you are correct. That is what it is from. Miguel says Animal House. It is from Animal House. Hi, Jules. Welcome. Justin Reeves is here. Let's see. Duncan Spencer is here. Who else? Dave Aiken is here. And Bacon 420, of course. Yeah. Yes. So this is the sweatshirt that John Belushi wore in Animal House as John Blutarsky. Because that way, if you say Blutarsky or John, he respond to that, not being an actor or anything. So yeah, this was the shirt the sweatshirt that he wore. And so I just figured that how more ordinary and average guy can you get than John Blutarsky, who later went on to be a U.S. senator, according to the end credits. Who else did I miss? Did I miss anybody? Not miss anybody? Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll wait for a few more people to come in the room. Oh, there's already 14 people in the room. Now here I was thinking some people might think that this is boring and want to give this a miss. And we already have 14 people in the room and we haven't even started yet. So I have a feeling it's going to be I think I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of people in today. I think it's going to be interesting, so it'll be a lot of fun, and I want your feedback as well. So what I would like you to do is, certainly put stuff in the chat, but in the comments afterwards. I don't know if you can put comments in during the live chat. I think you have to wait until afterwards. But put your comments in the live chat, like how would you do it differently or whatever. Now, again, I will say that we had something posted. We had a post in the community page that for suggestions for this, and there were a lot of good suggestions. But as I was going through it, I found that that even though they were great suggestions, they weren't the most popular items. So they weren't the most popular food item, or they weren't the most popular brand of that food item and everything. But there were some good. Some of them you will see because they were in fact the most popular items. So there we go. Who did I miss? Let's see. Autocorrect to Dave for some reason. All right. Did I miss anybody? No, everybody's saying hi. John King is here. Welcome, John King. So this is going to be, and really, I think I'm really going to be relying on Europrop. And I don't know who else. Do we have anybody else? Any non-Americans? Any other non-Americans in here? So I'm really going to be looking forward to Europrop with his opinion on some of these. Now I'm sure that these same things are available, in Europe, but maybe not the same brands, and maybe they don't eat them the same way, or whatever. My guess is because, and I'm saying this from experience, like when I go to like a McDonald's in another country or whatever, the food is much, much better. So I'm guessing that, yeah, you have this, but the food is much better. Now, that having been said, if I was to do like, let's say the most popular foods in the UK, or the most popular foods in China, or the most popular foods in Mexico, or Vietnam, or whatever it is, I'm sure that there's something that people eat on a daily basis that we're just going to go like, oh my God, But I'm willing to bet that in a lot of other countries besides the United States, the stuff they eat on a regular basis is probably healthier. I'm looking at the stuff that we have here today, and I'm thinking, yeah, I don't know how healthy a choice they are, but we'll see. I'm trying to fix this collar here, and I'm reaching for the other side, so kind of gets a little messed up there. I don't know. We need to have it aesthetically pleasing for the camera, right? There we go. That's close enough. I'm in the hospital for back surgery. Oh no, but thank you for joining us while you're in the hospital. So hopefully, John, that you make a full recovery, and we're all as always, rooting for you and hoping for the best. So hope it works out okay. I'm sure it will. And thanks for joining us today. So there we go. Let's see. I'm only here for half an hour before bed. All right. Well, you're going to get a half an hour's worth. Let's see. We have, what are we going to cover in the first half hour? Well, we're going to start in another, see, we got 11 people. So the number of people we had in the room actually went down. So we have 11 people in the room. But we're going to give it let's give it another couple minutes. We'll start at 10 after. We usually start at like quarter after, but we're going to start at 10 after. Now, I am drinking my morning coffee, which I haven't had yet. And the question is, well, Val, is that like ordinary people? Oh, this whole reverse thing drives me nuts. Val, is that going to be the most popular coffee? Probably not. I think the one that I'm drinking is the house brand for Ralph's, which is a Kroger store. Now, a lot of these, it's funny because a lot of these, I went by some of your suggestions, but when I did the research, that didn't play out. And a lot of these, I made assumptions on what would be the most popular cereal, and I was wrong. The most popular items on the list, and I was wrong on a lot of them. So I took a guess. I took a personal guess, and I go like, oh, I'll bet that's the most popular thing, and it turned out that I'm wrong. So we're going to kind of do this like a guessing game, right? As I do each item, I'm going to ask you to guess which brand is the most popular, or if it's a thing, a type of food, I'm going to ask you which is the most popular. So we'll do that. But we also do have our regular trivia on each one. Oh, let's see. I have a tumor on my lower spine. That's never good. All right. Well, we're rooting for you, John, and we are praying for you. Those of us who pray. When you gonna add me, Val, when are you gonna add me on my YouTube channel? When are you going to add me on my YouTube channel? What is your YouTube channel, Duncan? Just put the name of it in there. I don't know why it's not there. Let me check it out, Duncan. I will check it out afterwards, and I'll find out why. So yeah, we will add you. Maybe we'll even collaborate. It'll be fun. Let's see. Better Goods, the new Walmart brand. Okay, has decent stuff. Seems like things TJ's would carry. Well, yeah, I often wonder about TJ's because they're not like a food manufacturing per se, and I think they probably do get other brands and like sort of like Great Value, which is a Kroger brand. I think they don't make their own stuff for Great Value. I think they take other people's stuff and and repackage it as Great Value stuff. So maybe they're doing the same thing with that as well. Let's see. Oh, John's just saying, "Hey, Julie." All right, so yeah, we can get started. We might as well get started. So now, typically, what I do is I start with my adult beverage, and I'm gonna not do that today, only because I'm gonna kind of do this in order of how you would eat things, I suppose. So we're gonna start with breakfast. We'll start with breakfast, and if you want, we can have our adult beverage with lunch. That's okay. That will work okay. I just got back from the beach and already booked my trip for next year. Your trip to where? To the beach? Which beach? Where'd you go, Adam? Did say last week I have B movie films now. Janice added me. Yeah, but what is is the channel called Duncan Spencer? Let's see. How can I? Jules, can you remember that? Can you remember for me to check out Duncan Spencer's channel? And because if I leave it in the chat, I'm not going to be able to see it. Hey, guess who we have? Hang on. It's Doodle, the Prince of Dogness. It's Doodle. Doodle is happy today because for breakfast, I made him eggs and chicken, and then I put his dry dog food in it. And he ate around the dry dog food and ate all the chicken and all the eggs. So Doodle, the Prince of Dogness, everybody. You going to say hi, Doodle? All right. He's not very talkative today. I better get his snacks ready. I think we'll go with these today. All righty. So we are going to, because I only have the laptop, I have a limited amount of space, but I think we can do this with me having my data. Ocean City, Maryland. It's a start. Oh, okay. Why do I feel like I've been there? It's the start of Route 50. I was cruising week. All the nice cars were out, and it's one time around this year when everything is open. The weather was amazing. Yeah, pretty soon things will be closed for the season because it's going to be getting cold. All right, so let's start with breakfast. So for breakfast, I decided I was going to do a cereal, and I think Janice Yamanaka, Janice, I think you had recommended a cereal. I think you gave several suggestions and everything. So I'm going to ask you guys what you think the most popular breakfast cereal is in the United States. What is it? I'm in the kitchen now. My refrigerator's right here. Got to get the milk. So hang on 1 second. You'll still be able to even see my hand. And again, this isn't going to be typical because I'm using oat milk. It's unsweetened, original oat milk. So I try to go as plain as possible, as close to milk as possible. But we have that little thing with the lactose intolerance, and just did not want this to end badly. So yeah, I'm not using the most popular milk in the United States, which there probably is not a most popular milk in the United States. It's probably going to be a regional thing. It's going to be probably whatever the regional one is. Okay, so Janice Yamanaka says Cheerios. Dave Aiken says Cheerios. Ice Hand said cornflakes. That would have been my guess, Ice Hand. I was guessing cornflakes. Try to surprise my parents and get a bench down for their dedicated to them, but it lists long since 2021. Wow. I love plain Cheerios dry. Yeah, well, they give that to little kids. Raisin. Oh, I love Raisin Bran, but I would not think of that as the most popular. The most popular is, in fact, Cheerios. Now, I don't know when the last time you guys went into the grocery store is, but they must have like 3 dozen types of Cheerios. We've covered, how many have we done? We've done, I think, 2. I know we did the pumpkin spice one. We might have accidentally done the pumpkin spice one twice, actually. But they do have a pumpkin spice one that comes out this time of the year. They do have some limited ones. They have I think we did lemon. We did lemon frosted Cheerios. They have like fruit flavors. They have chocolate ones. I have not seen a coffee one. That would be interesting if they had a coffee flavored Cheerios. But today, again, we're going by the common denominator. So we're going by the most common, the most popular one. And so today we're just going basic Cheerios. And again, as I think maybe the reason that some people just like plain Cheerios, they just like them dry, is because that was a snack when you were a kid, right? When you were a baby, when you were an infant or a toddler, they gave you like a handful of Cheerios and you would just munch on those. So I think that's probably what that is. Val, you need to review hospital food. Yeah, John, the other thing I want to review is I want to review prison food. I got to figure out how to do that, how to review prison food. I have to see if I know anybody who's, in the business who can get me access. I want to review hospital food and prison food, but that is a great idea. I think you're right. When my mom was in the hospital, not when she was dying in the hospital, but the previous time when she was in the hospital, I went to visit her and I saw the stuff that they were bringing out for her to eat, and it was just like, it looked disgusting. I'm sure, like, from a dietary standpoint, they go like, well, you can't have this and you can't have this, you can't have this. We want you to have this. We need more of this and less of this. And so they probably, formulate all the food so that, it's specific to your diet. But it just looked like it's not attractive. So, yeah, I will do that, John. And I'm not going to try. There's two differences when you talk about hospital food. So there's the food that you get when you're a patient in the hospital, and then there's the food in the cafeterias. And I will tell you that some hospitals have really good cafeterias. I'm trying to remember here, not so much, but in Bogota, we went to visit Claudia's father. They had a cafeteria down there, and the food was like really, really good. So it depends. It varies. I think you can order the brands of food they have in prisons online. Yeah, but I kind of want to eat it in a prison. I kind of want to go through that whole experience. We'll see. We'll figure it out. The last thing I want to do is get stuck there. So, oh, did Eli sneak in? Hey, Eli! Eli is in the room. All right, so we're going to do our Cheerios. Nothing special about Cheerios. Cheerios are from General Mills. Camera. They're from General Mills. They were introduced in 1941 as Cheery Oats, but they changed the name because Quaker Oats said they had like the name Oats registered or some crazy thing like that. But so in 1945 they changed it to Cheerios. Or Cheerios. General Mills was founded in 1856 by Robert Smith. No, not the guy from The Cure. Cadwallader Washburn, that's the guy's name, and John Crosby and James Ford Bell in Minneapolis, Minnesota, as the Minneapolis Mining Company. So it wasn't just a catchy name. And they changed the name to General Mills in 1928. So here's our question. What was the first variety of Cheerios to be introduced? And I don't mean like this. The first, different flavor, the first other variety of Cheerios. What was the first variety of Cheerios to be introduced? Grub Warp is here. Welcome. Glad you can make it. Did I miss anybody? Guys, keep me honest. Almost 40 years of hospital experience, and I can tell you that hospital food has improved by... Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, absolutely. I sent. Absolutely. I will also tell you that this is not the most popular cereal in the United States. Why not? Just for old-time kids' sake, right? They're crunchy and oaty. Now, one of the things that I considered when doing this is, I know that some people put milk and sugar on their cereal. I don't put sugar on it, and I don't know if a lot of people do. So let's do a poll. Let's do this as a poll. And let's do, where's my keyboard? Who stole my keyboard? We turn our backs when the Germans bomb Pearl Harbor. All right. So we're going to say, I got rid of the yes. Okay. I can't talk and type at the same time. Boom, there we go. All right, there's the poll. I'm gonna put this over here so it's easy to get to when I need it. All right, here's my Cheerios. Here's my milk. I have a really crowded space here because they have all the stuff that we're gonna do, except for the stuff that's in the refrigerator, which is right there. So I would never have been able to do this at the desk. Well, plus I have to cook some stuff, so, you know. All right, there we go. So now let's try this. Cheerios. So again, dry, they're not bad. Like I can see that being used in kind of like a Chex Mix. If you made like a Chex Mix kind of thing and you put Cheerios in them, I think that would be good. They have a nice crunch to them. They're sweet as they are. They, yeah, they have a nice flavor. I like the Cheerios. Just plain Cheerios out of the box. I'm going to say, where's my thumb? Who took my thumb? Oh, here we go. Just out of the box, Cheerios, thumbs up. It's your basic. It's a very, very basic, very plain, but you know, tasty and not too sugary and not too sweet. Now, you guys saw me put the cereal in first and then pour the milk on top of it. Now, cereal file used to say keep it crunchy, put the cereal in first and then pour the milk on there. But I don't know what happened to cereal file. I think we talked about this at one of the other live streams. We talked about what happened to cereal file. So I don't know. I mean, it just kind of disappeared. What's going on here? Let's see. Cornflakes with cut up banana. So typically, maggot rice pudding. All right, John, disguising yourself as Eli. Oh, because he says maggot nut Cheerios. So my breakfast, usually I have the same breakfast every day, and I have a bowl of oatmeal. And then what I put in the oatmeal, I put cayenne pepper, cinnamon, like a sort of like a trail mix. It's the Omega Trip. I'm here. I can show you. It's the Omega Trail Mix. So it has dried cranberries and roasted nuts. I do that. I put some walnuts in it because it doesn't always have walnuts in it. I put raisins in it, blueberries, strawberries, and then occasionally a banana. And I do this because eating oatmeal in the morning helps with your cholesterol. And because, you know, I'm old, I need all the help I can get with my cholesterol. All right, here we go. Just the milk. I'm looking at that poll. That's pretty high. That's a lot of no's on that. It takes on a completely different flavor with the milk than it does without the milk. Yeah, I mean, it's the flavor of the milk, I suppose, but the texture changes. That's pretty basic. Yeah, that's pretty basic. It's like unless you're looking for some like incredible, amazing culinary experience, you're not going to get that from a bowl of Cheerios. But as far as, you know, your basic flavor and everything, it's you know, it's what you would think of like, you know, thumbs in the middle, but it's Cheerios, right? It doesn't aspire to be something that it's not. It's plain, it's simple, and it's good. So it's going to get a thumbs up as opposed to a thumbs in the middle. So yeah, that's pretty good. Now, what would I do to dress this up? So that was our whole thing. What would I do? What would I do to dress this up? Maybe a dash of cinnamon and some strawberries. I think that's it. I think I would keep it basic. I wouldn't go too crazy with it because I like that oaty flavor. So I think like a dash of cinnamon and some fresh strawberries, cut up fresh strawberries, and I think that would do the trick. So yeah. All right, Cheerios, there you go. Before the cereals had sugar on them, I used to put my sugar on cereal, but nowadays they're so sugary that you don't need to. Yeah, I agree with you there, Janice. But I don't remember, like as a kid, putting sugar on there. I'm not sure if I did or not. I will do this if you guys want me to. Just put like a little bit of sugar on it to see what that's like. But based on your poll, now the poll number is going down, but it's still most people say no. If you want, I can let's do that just for science. I'm just going to put tiny little bit of sugar on there just to see. It's been a while. I think I have sugar. I do have sugar. I have sugar for when I make stuff, but it's not something that I, use on a regular basis. All right, that's like a quarter of a teaspoon. That should be fine. John, have you tried s'mores ramen noodles in the cup? Yeah. Oh, thank you, Julie. Julie's going to find that for you, John. All right, so this is with a little bit of sugar. And like I said, it's probably like a quarter of a teaspoon. Oh my God, I left that open. Now you can see what I have in my cabinet. It makes it sweeter, but it doesn't really add anything. Like I said, putting strawberries in there adds sweetness to it. I would prefer to do that. Yeah. It's not horrible, but I don't find it necessary. So there you go. All righty. So now there's breakfast. Breakfast is taken care of. Oh, I'm a coffee for breakfast. And you can say you have a glass of milk for breakfast, but it's in the cereal, so we're covered. I asked for s'more noodles. I asked for s'more nudes once, but she got mad. But seriously. Okay, thank you, Julie. So Julie posted the review of us doing the s'mores noodles. All right, so we're going to do lunch now. Now for lunch, we're going to have a sandwich. Now, can we have our adult beverage with lunch? You guys, what do you think? Yes, no? Can we have our adult beverage for lunch? I'm going to close this door, and I'll give you a second to say yes or no. Yes, yes, sure. Okay, all right, we're going to have our adult beverage for lunch. So let me throw this out. Oh, I never answered the trivia question. The trivia question was, what was the first variety of Cheerios to be introduced? I think everybody got that right. Everybody was guessing Honey Nut Cheerios. It is, in fact, Honey Nut Cheerios. They were introduced in 1976. All right, so I'm going to throw this out there. We are doing an adult beverage today. And because, Americans, I decided we were going to do a beer, right? What do you think is the most popular beer in the U.S.? What do you guys think the most popular? Just throw it out there. What do you think the most popular beer in the U.S. is? Anybody? Question answer bell. I just did that, I think. Budweiser, that was my guess. Coors, that's a good guess. Four Loko. I don't think Four Loko qualifies as a beer. Bud, yeah, Jules, that would be an excellent guess. Budweiser. All right, I'll just throw it out there. So that was my guess too. My guess was Budweiser was going to be the most popular beer in the U.S. It is not. Sam Adams is good. It's good beer and it's popular, but it's not the most popular beer. No, and it's not Modelo, even though you guys are picking some good beers. It is not. It is not Budweiser. It is Bud Light. Bud Light is the most popular beer in the United States. So this is 4.2 ABV, which is on the low side, but it's supposed to be light, so it's lighter in calories and lighter in alcohol, I guess. It was introduced in 1982 as Budweiser Light, but Anheuser-Busch changed the name to Bud Light later on. Now, Anheuser-Busch, they've been around for a long time. They've been around since 1852. They originally started out as the Bavarian Brewery, and they were founded by Eberhard Anheuser and Adolphus Busch. So it's not just a clever name. So our trivia question is, what is the second most popular beer brand in the United States? Bud Light is the first. What is the second most popular beer brand in the United States? Bud Light time made my throat feel like it was closing. Just have great ingredients. We will see. I don't remember. Now here's the thing about some stuff like Bud Light, Budweiser, Schlitz, Miller, beers like that. It's not something I would buy. It's not something I would go in the liquor store and buy. Like if I want to let me give you an example. I'm going to show you what's in my refrigerator for beers, and you'll probably see these in later live streams. This is what I have in my refrigerator for beers. Well, I'm going to have to say it's not just beer. So we have a Victoria Cerveceria Modelo in Mexico. So it's from Modelo. It's called Victoria. I have this. Haven't tried that. I haven't tried any of these yet. We have Almanac Rocktoberfest. We better drink this soon. And we have Golden Road Brewery's Oktoberfest. So those are the kind of beers that I have in there. And yeah, there we go. Oh, and this. I picked this up. I'm debating on whether I should do this as a quickie or do it in the live stream. So it's Arizona Iced Tea is now making hard iced teas. So this is watermelon cowboy cocktail, whatever that means. So I don't know. I'm debating live stream or quickie. So we'll see. Bud Light is for people who want to drink all night long, polish up 30-pack. Well, if you're going to do that, I would go with the 0.0 beers, like Heineken. Heineken is a really, really good 0.0 beer. O'Doul's isn't bad. I'm trying to think of there's some other like very, very low alcohol or 0.0. Young man, 0.0. What? That's favorite college, right? 0.0. Young man, fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life. Try looking for Jumex Hard Nectar. I think you suggested that last time. I have not seen that yet, but I need to go to our Total Wine and More. They probably have it there. All right, so we're going to try Bud Light. Again, if I'm going over to somebody's house and they ask if I want a beer and I say yes, and they don't ask me what I want and they hand me a Bud Light, I'm going to drink the Bud Light. I'm going to drink the Miller or the Schlitz. Not the Schlitz malt liquor, but the Schlitz. I'm going to drink them because that's what they're serving. I'll tell you a story about beer. So actually, specifically Refajo. So one of the times I was in Colombia, we went to visit a friend, and they made Refajo. And Refajo is Aguilar, which is the most popular beer in Colombia. It's half beer and half Colombiana, which is a champagne cola soda. And this is the first time I had it, and I wasn't crazy about it, but I politely drank it. And so by the time I finished, which is probably a half an hour later, by the time I finished it, she said, "Would you like another one?" And I'm like, I'm just trying to be polite. I'm like, okay, sure. So I drank two of these things that I wasn't really crazy about. Now I like them okay. So I thought this was cool. This is a can shaped like a bottle for people who can't make up their mind. Do I want a can? Do I want a bottle? They make a can shaped like a bottle. Bud Light is renting beer. Yeah, and the funny thing is, Jules, it smells the same both ways. It smells the same. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, actually, usually like these cheaper beers, the domestic beers, they have kind of a skunky smell to them, and this one's not too bad. Could be that the foam is blocking it, though. But thank you, Jules. Julie is not rating my pour because this is Bud Light. Okay, that's a little odd. So here's the thing. Here's the thing about Bud Light, about this beer. It doesn't have a lot of flavor, so it's not really offensive. First of all, it's lighter in alcohol, so you don't have that alcohol bite. But it also doesn't have a lot of flavor. It tastes a little bit watered down. I mean, there's a lot of effervescence in there. It's a blank palate, really. There's nothing like, I can't say, "Ooh, I like it. It has this fruitiness. It has nothing." I mean, you can tell it's beer. It tastes like beer, but it just tastes like someone that knows beer. It's really basic. I had this mindset going in here that it tasted terrible. It doesn't taste. All right, I'm going to give you the equivalent, and maybe this will, this will spark your equivalence. It is like Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Do you guys know what I'm talking about when I say this is the Doodle. Sorry, Jules. Doodle. Stop. Doodle. They're just dogs, Doodle. He's barking at the neighbor's dogs. I have the screen open. This is the Dunkin' Donuts coffee of beers, is what it is. I am going to give this a thumbs in the middle. I'm going to give it a thumbs in the middle because I've had some bad beers. This is not a bad beer. It's not bad at all. It's also not great. It's beer. Like, I guess if someone says you want a beer, yeah, and you're drinking this, it's a beer. It's a beer to drink a beer. It's a little bit lacking in flavor. It doesn't have that beer bite, which is good. But and it's not terrible. So yeah, I'm gonna say thumbs in the middle on this. How would you improve it? Well, we don't really do that with our beverages, like how you would improve that. So yeah, it is what it is. It's Bud Light. It's just not impressive, but it's not horrible either. So that's kind of where I'm going then. Thanks a lot, Doodle. Now I'm getting in trouble for nothing. Keep an eye on your brother. He's just barking too much. It's a good shotgun beer. Not really, if you think about it, because if you're shotgunning a beer, you're doing it so that you can get wrecked quickly. And you don't want to get wrecked on a 4.2 beer because you have to drink more of it, right? So that's why it's not a good shotgun beer. It's like you've got to drink more of that to get, if you're just drinking it to get wrecked, then you want something with a higher ABV. And this is just me personally. If I was going to do that, I would do something that tastes a little bit better. Now, and the thing is, if you have to drink more of it to get lit, then you've got more of that in your stomach, and that never ends well. So there we go. It's the official beer of drinking games. There you go. Yeah, it would be a good beer for drinking games just because of the low ABV. So I would say that. All right. So there's our adult beverage that we're going to have with our lunch, and now it's lunchtime. Oh, well, let me answer the question. The question was, Bud Light is the most popular beer brand in the U.S. What is the second most popular? So let's go back and see what people guessed here. It's hard to tell from the original guesses and then the second guesses. So I'm seeing Bud Heavy, Budweiser, Bud Ice, Natty Light, Michelob Ultra, Mickey's Malt Liquor. I don't know how popular that is. I should check out malt liquors and see which one's the most popular malt liquors, which is a little bit different. Val, how about maggot dip for chips? We talked about doing maggot chips, though. I think, John, didn't we? I don't know if you put that in the suggestion box. Hello, I'm sorry. And a lot of the knee, Tom. Did you have your surgery already, Tom? I'm glad you could make it, but I'm hoping you're feeling better. So don't just relax. We're doing easy stuff today. Those look like all the guesses. No, and this would not have been my guess either. I would have said Budweiser as the second. It is not. It is in fact Corona Extra. Corona Extra is the second most popular beer in the United States. I would not have guessed that. That wasn't on my bingo card. All right, so now it's time for lunch. Let me do some house cleaning here. No, Doodle, I didn't mean you. It's time for your lunch. How about a snack? You just had breakfast about an hour ago. How can you still be hungry? Look, there's still food in your dish. I'm going to give you a big piece of this. This should hold you off for a while. There you go. You got it? You got it. Okay. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Looking for the keyboard. Here it is. So let me ask you guys, we've only done 2 items. So we've done our cereal and we've done our Bud Light. So let me ask you guys, how are you enjoying this? Are you finding this informative? Are you finding this fun that we're going with the most popular basic stuff? Because I mean, the thing is you guys were asking for, and overwhelmingly agreed that it was a good idea. So I just want to see if you're enjoying how this is going. All right, so it is lunchtime. Let's see. Do we want to do? What do you guys think? You think sandwich? Let's do a sandwich for lunch. All righty. So we are going to do a sandwich for lunch. So you guys tell me what you think the most popular sandwich in the U.S. is. What is the most popular sandwich in the United States? And I'll be right back. I have to get something out of the refrigerator. I mean, when I say right back, I'm just standing over here, but still. What do you think is the most popular sandwich in the U.S.? Janice says PB&J. That would have been my guess too. Turkey and cheese would not have been my guess. Free go. By the way, Free Guru, welcome to the room. I didn't see you sneak in. Let's see. Ham and cheese. That sounds like a good guess. I think my guess would have been also PB&J. Adam says ham sandwich. Julie says peanut butter and jelly. Tom says grilled cheese. Jules says bologna. Jules, you're just throwing out a bunch of them. That's okay. You can do that. This isn't a contest, or we're not asking questions and everything. We're just asking to throw it out. Dave says peanut butter. That is my guess too. My guess is peanut butter and jelly. That is my guess, and I'm wrong. I am wrong in doing research. So the only one that looks like got it correct is Tom. Grilled cheese. Grilled cheese is the most popular sandwich in the United States. According to a YouGov survey, the most popular sandwich in the United States is grilled cheese with 79% favorability. And as far as the cheese used for it, what do you think is the most consumed brand of cheese? Well, I won't wait for the answer because we have, time's a wasting. Kraft Singles was the most consumed brand of American cheese in the United States in 2020, having been consumed by 108 million people. Kraft Foods was originally founded in New York City by James L. Kraft as J.L. Kraft and Brothers Company in 1909. Now, as far as the bread goes, what would be the most? Now, I won't even ask you to guess what the most popular brand of bread would be. My guess would have been Wonder, because Wonder is everywhere, right? I mean, Jules, I would have said the exact same thing. Wonder would have been the most popular brand. It is not. It is not the most popular brand. So the most popular brand of bread is store brand bread, and that's not a brand. Store brand. It means it's store brand bread. So if you go into like a Market Basket, it's going to be Market Basket brand bread. If you go into Trader Joe's, it's going to be Trader Joe's brand bread. So store brand bread is the most popular in the United States. And so there's only two brands that are available nationally, and that's Wonder Bread and Sara Lee. So we decided we were going to go with store brand bread. So we were at Ralph's, which is a Kroger store, and we got Kroger brand bread. But that goes to the other question is, what is the most popular type of bread? Is it like scally bread? Is it sourdough? Is it white? Is it wheat? Is it whole wheat? Is it, what is the most popular type of bread? I think you guys were already throwing that out there. Miguel Rangel said white bread. That would have been my guess. Let's see. I don't think everybody else threw out. Free Guru says sourdough. I love it, but I don't know that I would guess that's the most popular. Safeway is signature. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones. Yeah, Jewel, that's what it's all about. It's saving cash where you can, and that's why a lot of these are like store brand or just simple brands. So it's like, because basically you're feeding a family of 5 on an unlimited budget and everything. You're going to go with the low cost stuff. So whole wheat, thanks to the attack on white. Yeah, you're absolutely correct, Jules. Whole wheat is the most popular. So whole wheat is the most popular. So we have Kroger brand whole wheat bread, and we're gonna use that to make our sandwich with Kraft Singles. Now, you guys are probably thinking, Val, you're a man of high tastes, and I just can't imagine you liking Kraft cheese. I would say that Kraft American slices are really, really like. If I was going to make like a backyard hamburger, I would put a slice of Kraft American cheese on it. Why? Because of the way it melts. It's the perfect. If you want something with cheese that melts, it is the perfect cheese to use for that. It has its own distinct flavor. There's actually cheese in it. Like some people think that there's not cheese in it. It's a blend of 3 cheeses, but they put other stuff like oil and stuff in there as well to help it melt. So we're going to make it. Fortunately, I have a stove that has a grill on top of it, so we're just going to make our grilled cheese right there on the top of the stove. Now, I have a bunch of stuff in the refrigerator. So like what I would typically do if I was going to make a grilled cheese sandwich is just, your basic grilled cheese sandwich, not if I wanted to dress it up. But if I was making a basic grilled cheese sandwich, I would just put cheese on it. And I would just slap it on the grill. What about, what do you guys think? Like, do you put like stuff like mayo or mustard or anything inside? And if you say ketchup, we're going to ban you immediately. Do you put anything like that inside the sandwich when you grill it? Do you butter the bread or do you put butter on the grill? I typically put butter on the grill, Tom. Do you butter the bread? I usually don't butter the bread because it doesn't, sometimes you really have to like kind of dig. It depends on how melted the butter is, because sometimes you really, really have to kind of push on it. And then at that point in time, it starts to destroy the bread. So that's why I usually put it on the grill. I don't know what other people do. Put a thin layer of mayo on the inside and outside to grill it. That's interesting. Always put butter in the pan or on the grill. Yeah, same here. Which reminds me, where's my butter? Hang on. No, Doodle, you're not getting another snack. You had breakfast and you had a snack. All right. This is really handy having one of these. This is the first time I've had one of these where you have the grill in the middle of the stove, which is kind of nice. So this is just a basic grilled cheese sandwich right here. Now, this is going to start an argument. How do you guys cut your sandwiches? What's your preferred method of cutting your sandwiches? I would put that as a poll, but there's probably like a dozen different ways of doing it. Like some people cut the crust off of it, some people do it diagonal, some people do it in half, some people don't do it at all, whatever. Oh, I didn't ask a trivia question. The trivia question is, what is the most popular cheese in the world? That's the trivia question. What is the most popular cheese in the world? All right, let's get this on there. We don't need a lot. Tom, let me ask you a question. Do you put like when you're making a grilled cheese, do you put a weight on top of the bread to kind of force that down into the butter? I know my mom used to do that. She used to put like a bowl or something on top of the grilled cheese sandwich. I don't know that it's a necessity. I typically don't do that. I use Happy Day Grill. It sits on a stovetop burner. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That's kind of what this is actually. There's just regular burners underneath that, and you just have this cast iron. I think it's cast iron top on there. It's just really handy to have that. So, which is one of the other reasons we're doing this in the kitchen today. Let's see, did I miss anything? Guys, let me know if I missed something, because I do not want to miss, like, did somebody else come in the room? Like, I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to miss it. Corner to corner, so diagonal. I don't cut these sandwich. Let's see, diagonal. No, I don't, but I give a little press with the spatula. Yeah, we could do that too. I'm gonna wait till the bottom section gets crispy, and when I turn it over, I'll do that. Yeah, I prefer mine not cut at all, and I don't cut the crust off, because that's one of my favorite parts of the bread is the crust. I don't, especially if you got a sandwich with a lot of stuff in it, lettuce, tomato, bacon, stuff like that in it. One of the main reasons that I don't like to cut my sandwiches is because you have more space for the ingredients to fall out, and they will. So that's one of the reasons. The other reason is it cuts down the amount of surface of like edge surface of the sandwich. So you only have that, the square edges of the sandwich, and you're not increasing it by half. I don't know math. Like you're creating two new sides, and I don't know how that works mathematically. It's just more side to eat. Let's put it that way. I leave it whole and eat from the middle. Now that's clever. I bet you could do that. Oh, Dad, cut or not, we both know your sandwich is going to fall all over you. It is. I'm going to pick it up like this, and whatever's in it, it's going to come out. I don't care if it's peanut butter. It's going to come out. Whatever it is, it's going to come out. It's going to land on and I'll be wearing a white shirt, most likely, when that happens. Then you knock over your coffee trying to save it. That will happen too. I eat in the middle and leave the crust whole. There you go. Like for those who don't like crust, eat it from the inside. You know, like an alien creature. All right, let's see. I like mine like really kind of golden brown and toasty. It's not quite there yet. We're going to give it another couple of minutes. Have some more of our lunch beer. Here's what we can do. We can get another part of our lunch started. So one of the, I would say top 10, one of the top 10 items that Americans like to eat are hot dogs. So we decided we're going to do hot dogs as well. So what do you guys think is the most popular brand of hot dog? Because we're going to do hot dogs. We're going to do it very simple. We're going to do a hot dog with plain white bread. And because, you know, we mentioned Wonder for the bread thing, I'm going to use Wonder bread rolls. I'm not using any like baguettes or anything fancy or like just like I'm going to go in the grocery store and get some hot dog rolls, and that's what we're using. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think is the most popular brand of hot dog in the U.S.? I got it wrong. I got it wrong. I suppose I could tell you what it isn't, you know, because this isn't a contest. Ooh, that's nice and golden brown. That looks nice. Word to the wise, when you're flipping something on a hot grill, don't use your fingers. Word to the wise. Okay, so let's see. Janice is saying ballpark. Julie is saying Oscar Mayer, but it should be KM. Ice Hand says ballpark. Bar S has made a comeback. Bar S is the only reason Bar S is popular is because they're cheap. So you can buy Bar S at the dollar store, and that's why it has that popularity. I'm going to be honest with you, they're not good. They're like mealy and squishy inside, and it doesn't matter how much you grill it or whatever, it never gets better. So yeah. Although I will say that I think with Matt we had the Bar S. What is the hot dog on a stick thing? Corn dog, the Bar S corn dog, and it was actually pretty good. So, you know, if it's hiding in stuff, it's not bad, but the hot dogs themselves by themselves are not good. Okay, so the guesses were ballpark, Oscar Mayer, Hebrew National, and beef. Yeah, well, beef. Okay, but he's saying Bar S. Bar S is not the most popular. My guess was Oscar Mayer, and I was wrong. It is not Oscar Mayer. It is, in fact, Ballpark. Ballpark is the most popular hot dog in the United States. So in 2024, of the leading 10 refrigerated hot dog brands in the U.S., Ballpark was ranked highest with sales of over $222 million worth of sales. Ballpark were first created in 1999 by High Grade Food Products for sale at Tiger Stadium in Detroit. After changing hands several times, the production rights are now owned by Tyson Foods. And our question is, what company makes the hot dog sold at Fenway Park in Boston? And what is the name of the hot dog? And Julie, you're not allowed to answer. What is the company that makes the hot dog sold at Fenway Park in Boston? And what is the name of the hot dog? All right, let me get our... And as far as hot dogs that I buy, I usually get the all natural Hebrew National ones. Those are the ones that I usually get. I like this pretty well. Ooh, that's nice. Look at that. Look at that sandwich. That looks nice. Not burnt, but crispy and brown. And yeah. I'm gonna slap this right on the where that was. Now there's several ways to make a hot dog. You can boil it, you can bake it, you can make hot dog scampi. No, there's several ways to make a hot dog. I think the most common way is probably boiling it. That's terrible because you're boiling away all the flavor. Steaming it's not bad, and to enhance it, if I'm going to steam my hot dogs, I'll steam it in beer. You could even use Bud Light because it's not going to be offensive. Yeah, so steaming is another way, and then there's the grill. There's deep frying it. There's all kinds of ways to make it. My preference is to just slap it on the grill like this. Now, I will say, got to turn that a little bit. Now, the thing to remember about hot dogs is they're already cooked, right? So in theory, you could just open that package and eat them cold. Should I eat one cold? Should I just eat one right out of the package? Should I do that? What do you guys say? I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. Should I do that? Should I try a piece of cold hot dog like right out of the package? Should I try that? Air fry reheat has been a lot better than I thought for a quick lunch. Air fry would be pretty good, I would think, for a hot dog. And here's the other thing I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little bit more butter on the grill. I'm going to take my bun, not my bun. I'm going to take my bun, and I'm going to slap that on the grill. I think most people probably just take it right out of the package and slap your hot dog in it. Please. But I'm going to put that on the grill. Now, this is probably the most common type of hot dog roll eaten in the United States. Is it my favorite? Or do I think it's the best? Hell no. So honestly, my favorite roll to use for a hot dog is New England, what do they call those, Jules? New England hot dog rolls, or sometimes they call them squared off rolls. And if you haven't seen these before, they're the perfect, they're the ones that they use to make lobster rolls. And the reason that they're so good is because it's like almost made in a loaf, and then they're cut on the side. So what happens is you have like more bread, you have actual bread surface on the outside. So when you put that on the grill, you put it on one side on the grill, flip it over on the other side of the grill, and the outside of the bun is toasted. It's really, really nice. So yeah, I like that. I think we might be overdoing it here. I think we're pretty good. We're pretty good. I'm just going to use a fork because I'm kind of useless here. Look at that. All right. So now we have a plain hot dog. Now, I will also tell you that, like, if I'm going to go out and get a hot dog, the reason I speak so passionately about hot dogs is that's my comfort food. Hot dog is my comfort food. And you can, there's some people could say you can't ruin a hot dog. Oh yeah, you can ruin a hot dog. You can very easily ruin a hot dog, and you can have bad hot dogs as well. If I just like one day, like I'm in the middle of the day and I just like, I need a hot dog. Do you know where I go to get a hot dog? Like if I don't have hot dogs in my refrigerator, which I almost always do, if I don't have a hot dog in my refrigerator, or I'm out and about and I want to get a quick hot dog, where do I go? Where do I go to get a quick hot dog? Also, let me throw this out here. This is a plain hot dog sitting in this bun. It's a plain grilled hot dog. I should put condiments on there. So what condiments should I put on this hot dog? And I don't want you to come up with like what you put on there, but which is what you would think the most popular, the most common condiments are. Chances are I have it in the refrigerator because I have all kinds of stupid condiments in the refrigerator. But 7-Eleven, I have not had a 7-Eleven hot dog. I think I need to try that. I think one day I just need to go to 7-Eleven. I need to do an episode where I go to 7-Eleven and I try all the things on the rollers, because I've not done that. I've not really tried any of that. Somebody even told me the pizza is not bad. I don't know about that. Cold hot dog with a squeeze of lime and hot sauce. That actually sounds good. Julie said, okay, so Julie said no. Free Guru said no. Janice said yes. Hot dogs are cooked and can be eaten cold. Miguel Rangel says yes. It sounds like there's more yeses than nos. I will try one, but I like your squeeze of lime and hot sauce. Do I have lime? Hang on. I have lime juice, and I have a million kinds of hot sauces. What do I want? Let's see. I'm going to do our secret aardvark red scorpion and some lime. So I'm going to do this for you. Mustard, relish, onion. I'd have to cut an onion, so I could do an onion. Usually if I would put onion on, I'm going to chop it up, or grilled onions. I'll put grilled onions on there. Mustard in the hot dog, mustard only, mustard and relish, mustard and ketchup, mustard. Nobody's saying mayo. Does anybody put mayo on hot dogs? All right, so I'm seeing mustard, I'm seeing a couple of ketchups, and I'm seeing some relish. And I do see onion like I said, unfortunately, I would have to cut some onion. Now, Julie's saying spicy brown mustard, so that takes another direction because I would have just put yellow mustard. I think because for popularity's sake, I think I'm just going to use yellow mustard. I'm going to put yellow mustard. I'm going to put a little bit of ketchup on there, which for me, you guys know that I'm not crazy about that, but I am going to put a little bit of ketchup on it because you want that, and some relish, which I happen to have as well. And if you guys have not tried this relish, this is my go-to for relish. Mount Olive dill relish, really, really good, really fresh, really crispy, crunchy. All right, and mustard. All right, here we go. Now, unfortunately, I don't have just regular ketchup. So I have, this is Heinz, but this is extra hot habanero. And the reason this is my refrigerator is because we reviewed this. And I will tell you, it is not extra hot. It's not that hot. I think their jalapeno one might be hotter than that. All right, so a little bit of ketchup. Did I even open this? I did. I thought we reviewed that. All right, a little bit of ketchup. May God have mercy on my soul. Now, the strangest hot dog we've made, we have a lot of hot dog episodes. I mean, I'm even going to ask Julie or Janice to go out and look for them because there's a lot of them. But some of the more unusual ones is the Colombian hot dog I had in Colombia, the Columbia street dog, and the Ripper that I had at Rutt's Hut in Clifton, New Jersey. They're famous for it, which is a deep fried hot dog that they fry it so long that it splits open. The inside is hot and pink. The outside is like almost burnt. That's really good. All right, let's put some relish on there. I think this is pretty much going to cover what most people put on their hot dogs. And the only thing we don't have here is an onion. Here's something that doesn't get a lot of mention, and none of you guys mentioned this is sauerkraut. Do any of you guys put sauerkraut on your hot dog? Sauerkraut is really good on a hot dog. All right, and now our mustard. Before we get too far in, and we are far in, I'm going to go back and review that trivia question. So the question was, what company makes the hot dog sold at Fenway Park in Boston? And what is the name of the hot dog? And let's see, I have to go way back up to find that. I don't even see it. Hang on. Oh, Janice Yamanaka said KM. Dave Aiken said he's not sure who makes them. Those look like the only guesses. Julie was not allowed to guess. Julie is like she has too much skin in the game on that one. It is in fact KM. KM does make they're called Fenway Franks. The hot dogs sold at Fenway Park are called Fenway Franks, and you can buy them at the grocery store. Well, just like Ballpark. Ballpark are the hot dogs that they sell at Tiger Stadium in Detroit. The Dodger dog that's sold at Dodger Stadium is made by Farmer John's. It's not good. I think they've tried to improve it over the years, but the underlying hot dog and the way they prepare it is just not good. The best hot dog I had in any baseball stadium, probably Angel Stadium, and I think those are made by Hoffy, if I'm not mistaken. So the one in Angel Stadium, best hot dog I've had in a ballpark. Ed loves sauerkraut on his hot dog. I usually put sweet relish on mine. Yeah, I'm not really crazy about the sweet relish, but I also don't like bread and butter pickles, so that probably explains that. If I had the sauerkraut, I do. Sad Costco got rid of it in the food court. Yeah, well, freak. The thing about Costco is it used to be a what do you call that? Like a menu hack. Like it used to be a hidden menu item. So they didn't put it out, and you had to go up to the counter and go, "Hey, can I have some sauerkraut?" And they would give you a little thing of sauerkraut. They don't have it anymore. So yeah, but that answers my previous question. Is like my go-to. Like if I'm out and about and I have a hankering for a hot dog, I'm going to go to Costco for $1.50. You get this. It's like a third pound hot dog. Really good. It's Kirkland because they make their own now. It's a Kirkland hot dog. It's really good. For $1.50, you get the hot dog and you get a drink. And I usually get maybe Diet Coke or something like that. And I just drink it because they give it to me. But for me, I would just pay $1.50 for the hot dog alone. You can't beat a deal like that. Well, you can. You can go to IKEA, and IKEA has a 75-cent hot dog. It used to be a 50-cent hot dog, but inflation. It's a 75-cent hot dog, but it tastes like a 75-cent hot dog. The one at Costco is really good, and you're getting it for $1.50. So it's they lose money on it, but they will always lose money on it. And the CEO has threatened any Costco that raises the price of the hot dogs or the rotisserie chicken will be fired. All right, here we go. Let's do the hot dog first. Grilled, it has a nice texture. I think it accentuates any snap that hot dog has. I'm going to be honest and say the ketchup's not too bad there. It's really, now, I don't know how somehow you can taste the ketchup over the mustard, because mustard is like really, really strong. Mustard is really strong anyways, and it has that vinegar thing that this does. Maybe they're light on the sugar on this one particular one. High fructose corn syrup. Habanero peppers. There's a little bit of heat from it, but it's not crazy hot. You don't have to have a, like, if you have an aversion to capsaicin, you'll be fine with that. It's a decent hot dog. Again, it's not a Chicago dog. It's not a West Virginia slaw dog. It's not a danger dog or like an LA street dog. It's not a ripper. It's a hot dog. It's maybe a little bit like kind of squishy, and I really don't like that. I like when it's it's a little bit more meaty. So that one leaves a little bit, but I'm going to give that one a thumbs up, trending downward, because there's that like a little bit of squishiness that I'm not really crazy about. So thumbs up, trending downward on that. My Costco had a crank dispenser for sauerkraut back in the day. Really? I've never seen that. I've never seen that. They did have onions when I went, but it was like onions that you just like kind of spoon on there. I don't think they even have onions anymore. I think it's just ketchup and mustard now. I have bacon wrapped hot dogs as we speak. Ooh, to make a Sonoran dog later. Nice. You should do another live stream like this, but with America's least favorite items. That's hard. That's hard. Well, hard to figure out what the least favorite items, because it's going to vary person to person. We're really, really hard to do least favorite items, but I'll research and see how good it is. All right, then let's try the grilled cheese sandwich. All that gooey American cheese, that melted American cheese. Nice crisp toast on the outside. I think for me, I like whole wheat bread doesn't seem as like spongy as the white bread, but I can see where a lot of people would use the white bread. It's just not the most popular. Well, that's pretty good. And again, American cheese for some applications is perfect. Now, how would I make that better? Well, I might use a different bread. I might maybe like a ciabatta or something that grills really nice. Slice of tomato, maybe. A little bit of mustard in there. I think I wouldn't go too crazy though, but I think maybe that would be about it. Dad, see Adam's comment. You should do another. Oh, did I just mention that, Jules? Was that the comment you were talking about? Where he's asking me to do another one with least favorite items? Jules, did I catch that? All right. Let's try this. I can hear my arteries screaming right now. Here's the weird thing. American cheese, I think, is really good on a burger. It somehow doesn't really go that well on a hot dog. I think like grated cheese might, but yeah, the cheese kind of doesn't really kind of go with the hot dog. I'm just putting things away here. Ooh, I know what would make a grilled cheese better. That would make a grilled cheese better. Let's see. I didn't skip a 30-second ad. It must have been that. Oh, sorry. Oh, no worries. But yeah, grated would probably be good. Like grated cheddar. Which reminds me of our question that we asked earlier. I didn't see anybody answer the question, but the question was, well, we did answer the ballpark Frank's question. The other question was the cheese, and we said, what is the most popular cheese in the world? And it is, in fact, I like. There's a lot of stuff in the chat here. I would have to go through it. I don't know what your guesses were. I'm guessing you said cheddar, because cheddar is the most. My good man, cheddar is the single most popular cheese in the world. Not around here, it's not. All right. So yeah, thumbs up on the hot dog, but trending down a little bit. Thumbs up on the grilled cheese. This stuff, a lot of this stuff that I'm doing today is really basic, right? So it's not like it's breaking any like culinary barriers, or it's not like any of this stuff is going to get Michelin stars or anything else like that. But a lot of it is just like most of it is comfort food, and most of it is just like, you know, warming inside, and just, you know, it's just, that's what it is. So yeah, and that's why, you know, things are getting a thumbs up. They would say like, yeah, it's meh. It's just, it's middle of the road. Yeah, it's middle of the road, but it is what it says it is. It doesn't aspire to greatness, and it doesn't burn in a horrifying ball of hate. So so yeah, that's why a lot of these are getting a thumbs up, because quite honestly, it's just your like basic a comfort food. Most of these are, I would say, comfort foods. I did promise. Hang on. I never break my promises, but I did promise this. Well, yeah, I was going to say I never break my promises. Sometimes I don't make a promise if it's like something horrifying. So we are going to, and at some point in time, I'm going to go through here, and I'm going to find one of these hot dogs with a piece missing out of it. I wonder why, because of my short-term memory. And again, guys, I'm getting busy here doing a bunch of stuff. So please keep me honest. And if I miss somebody in the chat who says something, please let me know. You know, because I don't want to neglect anybody. I want to make sure. Okay, lime juice and hot sauce. What did I do with my hot sauce? Did I put it back? I put it back. And Secret Aardvark is my go-to for like hot sauces. They're just the regular habanero one, the plain habanero one is like my go-to table sauce. So it's like it's good on everything. This one when I want to pep something up, I'll use this one, because it's obviously, because it's scorpion pepper, so it has a little bit more heat. Cheers. I think it improves the texture cold. But cold, it almost tastes like bologna. It almost tastes like Angelina's here. Welcome, Angelina. Angelina calling from, or dialing in from the NOV. Welcome, Angie. Glad you can make it. Good to see you. Poor man ceviche replaced the fish with cold cut up hot dogs. You know what? I bet you it's not bad. There's a dish they make in Colombia called salchipapas, and it is the papas is potatoes, the salchi is for salchipapas, which is salchichas, which is sausage, but they use hot dogs. So it's sort of like, think of it as like a Colombian version of poutine. So it's like French fries with hot dogs and a bunch of other stuff on it. And it's heart attack material for sure, but it's so good. All right, so we got our lunch done. Let's think about dinner. What are we going to have for dinner? So originally somebody had suggested, and it might have been Sonic Jet, that suggested a grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup. So that the reason I didn't do that is because I found out that tomato soup is not the most popular soup. I thought tomato soup would have been the most popular soup. It is in fact not the most popular soup. So do you guys want to take a guess at what the most popular soup is? Salchipapa also popular in Peru. Yeah, we're in Colombia, Peru. You know, they're next door neighbors. Excuse me, could I borrow some papas? They wouldn't say that in a British accent. They would say it in a Colombian accent, which I can't do. Yeah, you guys got it. Chicken noodle. Correct. Chicken noodle. And what is the most popular brand of chicken noodle soup? You guys know this. I know you know this. Take a guess and you will be correct, I promise you. The most popular brand of chicken noodle soup. Julie, you wrote it like candle. Oh, it's Kenobi. All right, you're writing Kenobi a lot, and you're Doodle. What's the matter? Is no one paying attention to you, Doodle? You want to come up here? You know, I probably could give you a hot dog, but I just put them away. Come here, Doodle. Come here. Come here. Doodle says, "I know you got food up there. I can smell it. Where's my food?" How you doing, Doodle? How you doing? You want to lick the hot dog off my face? Is that what you want to do? Yeah. You doing okay? You doing okay? All right. I know you don't need to go out because we went out before the show. All right, dude. You're a good boy, no matter what I say about you when I'm yelling at you. All right. Yes, it is in fact Campbell's. Campbell's is the most popular brand of chicken noodle soup, which is the most popular soup in the U.S. Chicken noodle soup is the most popular soup in the United States. The most popular brand is Campbell's. Their chicken noodle soup was introduced in 1934. Campbell's was founded in 1869 by Joseph Campbell, so it's not just a catchy name, in Camden, New Jersey. And our trivia question is, which artist's work, Small Torn Campbell Soup Can Pepper Pot, was sold at auction for $11 million in 2006? Again, which artist's work, Small Torn Campbell Soup Can Pepper Pot, was sold at auction for $11 million in 2006? All right, so we are going to do Campbell's chicken noodle soup. So they say can of soup, can of water, on stove. Pretty simple. Campbell's has been coming out with some really interesting things. Now, Julie and I reviewed, I want to say it was ghost pepper chicken noodle soup. Jules, is that right? Ghost pepper chicken noodle soup that we reviewed. And so it was really hard to find for a while, and now it's back. So now you can go to any grocery store and now find that. It's a regular thing. I'm going to use the filtered water. I'm going to make it exactly like it says, because that's what you would do. Now, if you were to ask me, Val, what is your favorite brand of chicken noodle soup? I would say I don't have a favorite brand of chicken noodle soup, because when I want to make chicken noodle soup, I'm making it myself. And basically what I'm doing is I'm roasting the chicken in the oven and then cutting it in strips, and I'm not putting it in the soup. Although I will use chicken broth. Like if I've made chicken before and I cook down let's say I go to Costco and I get one of those $5 rotisserie chickens, and then I boil down the bones and I get my broth. I will use that broth. I will cut up the chicken, and I will bake the chicken, and I will put that aside and cut that in little slices. And then for the noodles, I will use, I don't have any. No, I use these, which is, this is Simple Truth. And so that's a Kroger brand. And I use pad thai rice noodles. I use those. And then I'll also I'll take some spinach, and I'll shred the spinach, and I'll put the spinach in there too. That makes a nice chicken soup. I might heat it up a little bit, put some jalapenos in there or something. So, America's least favorite soup is Caribbean soup called kalaloo. Kalaloo. It's made with a combination of leafy vegetables such as dasheen or spinach, coconut milk, salted meat, yams, and onion peppers. Where are people eating this? Because I've never seen that before, so that's kind of weird. Green bananas and dumplings. Throw some cayenne in it. They just came out with a spicy tomato soup. They did, well, not just the spicy tomato soup. They also came out with this. And we're going to be reviewing this probably in the next day or so. So Campbell's Chunky Spicy Nashville Style Hot Chicken Soup. I also have, what was the other one I have? Oh yeah, this one. And we're also going to be reviewing this, which is Campbell's Spicy, we'll get it, Campbell's Spicy Buffalo Style Cream of Chicken. We'll also try that. Let's see. I got that heating up. Andy Warthog. Yeah, you guys know that one. It is in fact Andy Warhol. I think his claim to fame was the original Campbell's soup can. I don't think it was just tomato soup. It was just a can of tomato soup that he did. Let's see. Now, we are at the hour and a half point. I think what we'll do is while we're waiting for that to heat up, we will do our soft drink. So I'm going to throw this out there. What do you guys think the most popular soft drink in the U.S. is? Guess, and you'll be correct. I'm just putting some stuff away here and getting my soft drink out. Man, I took a lot of stuff out. All right. Yeah, no, Dave, you're wrong, and Eli, you're wrong. But you're close. I mean, it's a good guess. It's a fair guess. That is a fair guess. It is, in fact, what I do with it. I just brought it out here. Here we go. It is, in fact, Coca-Cola. Now, you're probably wondering why, like, Val, this doesn't look like a can or a plastic bottle of Coca-Cola. You're right. It's not. It's a glass bottle of Coca-Cola. This is Mexican Coca-Cola, or Coca-Cola made in Mexico. Coca-Cola is not only the most popular soft drink in the United States, it is the most popular soft drink globally. There are nearly 2 billion servings sold globally. Coke is the most consumed soda in the world. Coca-Cola was originally created in 1888 by John Stiff Pemberton in Atlanta, Georgia, advertised as a headache cure and sold in drugstores. Pemberton sold the rights to Asia Griggs Candler in 1892, forming the Coca-Cola Company. Coca-Cola is a portmanteau, which is basically taking a couple names and putting them together, of the word coca, because it's made with coca leaves, and cola from cola nuts. So that's why it's called Coca-Cola. So our trivia question about Coca-Cola: which Coca-Cola product was introduced in 1985 and discontinued in 2002? Which Coca-Cola product was introduced in 1985 and discontinued in 2002? I'm not saying like Sprite or something like that. It was a Coke. It was a Coke product. Which Coca-Cola product was introduced in 1985, discontinued in 2002? All right, we need Richard Simmons for this. Hard to believe I don't have a Coca-Cola bottle cap. And we're going to drink this right out of the bottle, like Mean Joe Green. Here, Joe, you can have mine. And then he throws him to Jersey. Famous Coca-Cola commercial. Smells like Coke. Cheers. Now you may be asking yourself, what's the difference between the Mexican Coca-Cola and the Coca-Cola made here? Well, the difference is this has cane sugar in it, whereas the one here is made with high fructose corn syrup. Maybe they don't make it so much with high fructose corn syrup anymore, but that's Coke. That's all American Coke. Now, I will say that Coke and Pepsi do taste very, very different. And I think I like them both okay. I have a tendency to drink Diet Coke, like when I want a soda, I have a tendency to drink Diet Coke or Diet Dr. Pepper. And it's because of all the sugar. I don't want that much sugar. I don't know how many calories is in this. 150 in this bottle. This is a Coke, and at the end of the day, it's still a Coke. It is what it is. There's nothing earth-shattering about it and everything. That is going to get a thumbs up because it's a Coke. It's like if you were tied up and blindfolded and somebody gave that to you, maybe you guess Pepsi, but you would guess like either Coke or Pepsi. You would guess one of those two things. You wouldn't say RC Cola or anything else like that. So yeah, it is what it is, and it's that's it. So the question was, which Coca-Cola product was introduced in 1985 and discontinued in 2002? Let's see. Miguel Rangel says New Coke. Ice Hand says Quat Cola for Tom. Julie says Cherry Coke. Janice says new Coke. It wasn't that new Coke. New Coke is discontinued. So basically, they changed the recipe, and it was going to replace Coke, and people just like weren't having it. So they were like, "Bring the other one back, or we'll kill you." And so it didn't. It lasted a while, but it didn't last too long. So I don't know if Pepsi did that too. Pepsi did like a new Pepsi kind of thing? All right. While we're, it's almost hot. Hang on. Find my spoon. It has Cheerios on it. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute because it's wicked hot. In the meantime, because we got to keep things going. I'm not gonna do a gout melange today, only because there's like too much craziness going on here. But you know, I could, I suppose. But so let's go on to something else that we might have for dinner, and that would be pizza. Pizza. So, what do you guys think is the most popular pizza in the United States? All right, let's do this. What is the most popular type of pizza and the most popular brand of pizza in the United States? Throw it out there. I'm going to have some more of my tasteless Bud Light. Yeah, I'm going to have another beer after that. I'm going to make a real beer after that. Pizza Hut, good guess. Pepperoni pizza for the pizza type. That's a good guess. Tom says pepperoni. Miguel says cheese pizza, just plain cheese pizza. When you say brand, you mean frozen or delivery? Delivery, or like pickup, or like eat in, I suppose. You know, a pizza. Not frozen. Frozen would be a completely different animal, I think. I'd have to review that frozen and see what that's all about. Maybe I'll do like a separate one on frozen pizzas. But I don't want to have to buy like 8 frozen pizzas just to compare the top pizzas or something like that. We'll figure something out. Domino's, yeah, Domino's. Domino's is the most popular pizza brand, and pepperoni is the most popular type of pizza. When I say type of pizza, I mean like as far as toppings and stuff goes. Pizza, there's some pizza aficionados. You will start a war if you start to say like, "Oh, New York style pizza is much better than your New Haven style pizza," and they're like, "Yeah, well, the Detroit's pizza is even better." And I'm like, "Well, the Detroit pizza? Are you kidding me? It's like, no, the deep dish pizza. That's the best. Is the deep dish pizza." There's like so many different kinds of pizza, like Greek pizza, bar pizza, beach pizza. There's just so many different kinds of pizza. And so I just tell people, why argue? Just try them all. There's some really good New York style pizza, which I think is I'm trying to think of what it's not Sicilian pizza. The true New York style pizza is another Italian city, and I can't remember the name of it. And there's some exceptional ones and some bad ones in every category. So just whatever floats your boat. Sicilian pizza, the ultimate party pizza. I love Detroit pizza. All right, so we are going to do Domino's. Domino's does not sell by the slice, so you have to buy a whole pizza. So I got a small. What do you guys? I have an opinion on this, and it might not be the same opinion as you. How do you guys judge a really good pizza? How do you guys judge a really good pizza, especially one that you're taking home? What do you guys judge? How do you guys judge a really good pizza? Oh, by the way, our trivia question, let's actually talk about Domino's. It's the largest pizza chain in the U.S. Their stores can be found in over 90 countries on every continent except Antarctica. It was founded in 1960 when Jim Moaning and Tom Monahan took over operations at a tiny pizzeria owned by Dominic DeVart. That's not Shart or Vart or Fart. It's DeVart in Ypsilanti, Michigan, called Dominic's Pizza. And then they changed the name from Dominic's to Domino's. Pepperoni pizza became popular in the 1950s, but it is currently the most popular pizza variety. So our trivia question is, what pizza topping was first used by Italian immigrants in New York City in 1919? What pizza topping was first used by Italian immigrants in New York City in 1919? All right, so again, they don't sell by the slice. They sell by the pizza, so I had to buy a small pizza. And may God have mercy on my soul. And here we are, our pepperoni pizza. All right. I had this in the oven to keep it warm, but it looks like it's already gotten cold. You know that it has a look about it. Cheers. It's a thick dough, a thick crust. It doesn't quite taste done. The crust doesn't taste. It's like bread. The crust is like bread. I think the crust needs to taste more cooked, more, you know. Cheese is okay. It's a little bit sharp. Maybe it has like a little bit of a sour tinge to it. Pepperoni's okay. The thing about pepperoni is I'm not sure what they do to it, but there's a kind of pepperoni they use. I think they especially use this on Detroit style pizza. There's a pepperoni they use that turns into, like, when it heats up, it turns into little cups. That's not this kind. But I don't know what the difference is between that pepperoni and this pepperoni that makes it turn into little cups. Cheese is okay. I will say that since this cools off, it smelled better, but it almost has like a sickening kind of smell to it when it's hot. The outside crust isn't bad, but the crust on the bottom of it is too doughy, and the pizza itself is kind of salty. So I'm going to say it's not horrible. I don't know if it's possible to make horrible pizza. I'm going to give it a thumbs down, trending upward. Thumbs down, trending upward. It's like, not the best quality cheese, kind of salty, dough taste uncooked and everything. Thumbs down, trending upward. I don't know why it's the most popular pizza. Maybe the other ones aren't that good either. Maybe that's what it is. I'm calling Santarpio's and telling them what you did. Tell them what I rated it. Jules, we need to go to Santarpio's. The next time I come up, we have to go to Santarpio's. We can film. I mean, ask them if we can film there. But yeah, because that's like my favorite pizza. One of my favorite pizza places in the country. So the question was, what pizza topping was first used by Italian immigrants in New York City in 1919? It was kind of a trick question. They actually invented it, first created it. It was created by Italian immigrants in New York City in 1919. And it was, in fact, pepperoni. Pepperoni was first used in 1919 by Italian immigrants. They actually made pepperoni. All right, so I think our soup should be ready to eat. I might need this. Got too much light. It's all washed out. To back that down. All right, here we go. So we need Mr. Ladle. Looks okay. Not a lot of chicken in here. A lot of noodles, chicken broth, but not a lot of chicken. All right, where's my famous spoon? Here we go. Did I miss anything? I'm sorry. So I'm busy talking and doing all this, and I just want to make sure I don't want to miss it. Sauce is how you judge a good pie. Yes, sauce is everything. You're absolutely correct, Jules, which is why if you go to like Frank Pepe's, that you can get the tomato pie, which is just tomato sauce. That's all it is on this tomato sauce. And if it's not a good tomato sauce, it's going to be a terrible pie. But for me, I judge a pizza like I judge my food if it tastes good. That's fair. I judge a good pizza by how it tastes when you take it out of the refrigerator the next morning. So when you put it in the refrigerator, and the next morning when you have a hankering for some more of that pizza, and you take it cold out of the refrigerator and you take a bite of it, if it still tastes good, it's a good pizza. That's how I judge it. There is really, seriously, these tiny. I don't even see that. I put it closer, but I'm going to spill it all over that little piece of chicken. That's what's in here. Maybe it's been that long since I made like Campbell's chicken noodle soup. There's these tiny little pieces of chicken. Did we ask a question on the soup? I think we did. We did not. Did I even? I didn't even write it down. All right. There was no trivia question on the soup because I didn't even write it down. If I was sick and I was laying on the couch and I could come up to the kitchen and make something to make myself feel better, I might make this. Chances are I wouldn't, only because it wouldn't be in my cupboard. My problem is this: it's salty. The chicken is like, you get these tiny little bites of chicken that are just a tease, and the noodles are mush. It's like SpaghettiOs. It's worse than SpaghettiOs. It's softer than SpaghettiOs. You don't even need teeth to chew those noodles. I like noodles and spaghetti and stuff like that. I like that al dente. And if you're making it in a soup, I can forgive that a little bit and have the noodles maybe a little bit more tender, like if you're eating like thaw noodles. But this is mush. These noodles are mush. And maybe it's unavoidable because you're packing it in a can of soup, which is why, like I said, when I'm making chicken soup and I just kind of make it on the stovetop, it's so much better because I'm making the noodles fresh and just popping them right into the bowl with the soup. But that's a definite, like, I'm gonna give it a thumbs down. I'm just gonna give it a thumbs down. It's like, it's chicken noodle, not chicken soup. It's chicken noodle soup. Your noodles should shine, and your noodles do not shine. Your noodles are like dusty and dingy and dirty. Oh, I love trash. Yeah, not good. And so thumbs down. All right, let's see. What do we got left? We have dessert, and we have, let's see what we're doing for time. Oh, we have plenty of time. We're good. All right, so the next thing is potatoes. And the most popular type of potato, I would have thought, would be French fries. It is not French fries. Now, you could do French fries. You could say, what is the most popular French fry? That's another thing completely. But the most popular way to have potatoes is mashed potatoes. And the most popular brand of mashed potatoes is Idahoan. Now, the most popular Idahoan potatoes is the Idahoan original mashed potatoes, the ones that come in a box. Now, I was going to buy a box, but I had to buy a box this big, and I'd never use it. So I got these small packets. Now, the only difference is this is not the original flavor. This is buttery home style, but I figure it's close enough, so for what we're doing. So Idahoan was formed in 1951 by a group of potato farmers in Louisville, Idaho, starting a potato dehydration plant in 1954. Two USDA researchers were issued a patent for drum drying of cooked mashed potatoes into a thin sheet or flake. And so our question is, which American statesman once said, "You say the potato is a native of the U.S. I presume you speak of the Irish potato. I've endured much into this question. I think I can assure you that the plant is not a native of North America." Which American statesman said that? Thought that the potato is not a native of North America. Actually, he's correct. It is not a native of North America. It is a native of South America. So the cooking instructions: add 2 cups of boiling water into a heat-resistant serving bowl. Immediately add entire pouch of potatoes, mix thoroughly to moisten all potatoes. Sounds easy enough. All right, so I have my water here. I'm going to heat that up. You know what I might even do? I might even put some gravy on there. So we'll see. I don't see how you are ever going to get the texture and taste of from instant potatoes as you are from making actual mashed potatoes yourself. But making mashed potatoes yourself is a lot of work. Now, my mom used to make mashed potatoes. I'm trying to remember what she did. It's like she would boil the potatoes, she would skin them. Although I prefer my mashed potatoes with skins on them, but she would skin them, and then she would use I've got a masher here. Use a potato masher, and mash those. This is also good if you're going to make refried beans. She would mash the potatoes, She would add a little bit of milk, salt and pepper, and I think that's about it. I don't think she would add anything else, and maybe some butter, and then and that was it. But I do remember when we were kids, when we were poor, we used to get the surplus food. So I guess the government assisted food program and everything, and they used to give us the boxes of potato flakes, and they just weren't good. They're like, if you've gone from the actual mashed potatoes to those potato flakes, it's just no comparison whatsoever. I am neglecting the chat, and I apologize for that. Let's see. Stay tuned as Val burns the love out of his mouth. Well, that's why I let it sit on the stove for a couple of minutes. Google says the casing shrinks when cooked, causing the pepperoni to curl. Yeah, but there's got to be something specific about, like maybe there's more of a casing, or they leave the casing on where they take the casing off the other pepperoni. I just don't know why some of it curls and some of it doesn't. So that was my question about that. Let's see. Hold the chicken over the pot and shake it. Sometimes you get that little bit fall off of the batch. That's it. Average guy melange. I don't know if we're going to have time to do the average guy melange. Let's see. What do we got left? We have the potatoes, and we have our 2 dessert items. We'll see. We'll take it. We'll play it by ear. If we have time, we'll figure out how to make that work. I'm gonna have to cut things up though, because remember we have like hot dog and grilled cheese sandwiches and stuff like that. We'll find some way to make it work. And if we go a little bit over, it's up to you guys if you want to feel like hanging out. I have like a 4 o'clock stop point because I am going to be filming afterwards something that I'm going to regret, but I'm still going to do it anyway. Boil them, mash them, steak them in a stew. Sounds like a Kennedy. It does sound like a Kennedy, but it's not. It's that's just this is from like the 1700s, so I don't know how they talked back then. I'm assuming they had like fake English accents or something like that. Who knows? Penny quail. Is that pizza in the back? In the back. That? Yeah, we ate that. Were you not here when we ate that, Miguel? I don't want to eat more of it. It wasn't great. It wasn't my favorite. So, but I had to do it because it was the most popular. Your suggestions. Just waiting for my water to boil. We could do a dessert while waiting. No, let's wait. Ooh, let me put my Limburger away before it starts to go bad. Let's see. Anything else I need to put away? No. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Val, Limburger doesn't go bad. It starts out bad. I like Limburger. But to answer your question, Miguel, yes, that is Domino's in the back. I'm off to see the Wizard. You all have a great week. You as well, Tom. Tom, let's talk soon. We have a lot of catching up to do. So let's talk soon. All right, let me get out my measuring cup because I don't want to guess this. I don't want to guess this. Here is a bowl that we're going to use. And I think it says to use a fork and to stir it. I think I'm actually going to use a whisk. I stepped out for a bit. Oh, okay. Well, so you missed the pizza. Well, you didn't miss much. Have you had Domino's pizza? Well, all right. Here's a quick question. Who likes Domino's pizza? Who in the room likes Domino's pizza? Now, I'm going to be fair. I just got the basic pepperoni pizza. They might have like some, double stuffed durian something pizza that might actually be good. But their basic pepperoni pizza, not a big fan. Not great. And sadly, that's like one of the few things today that I think didn't work out too well. Okay, Jules, I will see you at 4. Yes, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 p.m. your time, right? Yes, Jules. We got stuff to do. Okay, all right, Jules. Well, see you in a little bit then. Love you. All right. So it says to put the water in first. Our water's boiling. It says 2 cups of water. This is like science, but more dangerous. To me, anyway. And there's 2. That's a lot of potatoes. I think maybe this bowl might not be big enough. We'll see. Peruvian flake. Literally Peruvian flake. It's a joke, get it? Because it's potatoes. Never mind. It's foamy. Oh my God, that like it's like it's got some sort of gelatin in it or something, because it just firms up like immediately. Oh, that is so weird. It's like those sponge things that you put in water and they turn into dinosaurs and stuff. Wow, that just turned into mashed potatoes, like that quick. Wow, that's quick. If you're in a hurry and you want mashed potatoes, this seems like the way to go. Now, if you want mashed potato flavor, maybe it's not the way to go. My God. I think that's probably good enough. All right. Hot. All right, so let's get a bowl. And let's put some of this in a bowl. I am making a total mess here. All right. Let's see what I do with my spoon. I should get multiple spoons. No, the spoons are back here. I'm not cleaning this kitchen up. Oh, I'm the only one home. That ought to be enough. I'm getting this everywhere. All right, so let's do this. Well, let's taste the potatoes first. A little too smooth, but I gotta admit, that tastes like potato. It just doesn't have the firmness of homemade mashed potatoes, but it's not bad. It's not like the old flakes. This one's actually reconstitutes pretty well. It has potato flavor, it's just not a really strong flavor, so it's a little bit lighter on the flavor. Let's try this. A little bit of gravy on there. It's not bad. It loses something, and it doesn't have that really strong potato flavor, and the texture, it doesn't have that firmness, that actual firmness. It's like you can taste the water in it, or the texture of the water, if that makes any sense whatsoever. It's not bad. I'm gonna give it a thumbs in the middle. Because actually, I'm impressed that it really does have some potato flavor. It's not like it's like some fake flavor, but even so, it's a little bit more muted flavor, and the texture leaves a little bit to be desired. So I'm going to give that a thumbs in the middle. Now, let me ask you guys. Let me think. What would I do to improve these? Well, what I would do is I would treat it like a baked potato. I would put the same stuff on a baked potato. Maybe some grated cheese, some black pepper. I don't know that I would do sour cream. I don't think I'll put sour cream on there. Some chives maybe, or some green onions. I think that would be nice on there. Yeah, I think I would maybe treat it like a baked potato and put the same kind of things on it that I put a baked potato, or chili. Put some chili on it. I don't think it would stand up to it as well as like homemade potatoes and everything, but if you wanted to improve the taste and everything, you wanted to improve it, you could. It would work better with homemade potatoes, but there you go. So I'm going to give it a solid thumbs in the middle. Now, as far as which American statesman, one said, You say the potato is a native of the U.S. I presume you speak of the Irish potato. I have inquired much into this question. I think I can assure you that the plant is not native of North America. That was, in fact, Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson said that. Thomas Jefferson also was the first person that they know of that mentioned French fries per se in the United States, where he called them, I think it was like potatoes of the French variety, is what he was calling them, something like that. So okay. If you need mashed potatoes in a hurry, though, this is your guy. This is your bet. I don't know about the other brands and everything. I just know that was the most popular brand, so that's why I use that. I'm trying to move this, and it's like hotter than hell. All right. So we've done that. We're down to desserts. So let's start. You know what? I'm going to start with this one, and I'll tell you why in a second. What would you say the most popular? Janice, I think it was Janice suggested cookies, right? And somebody suggested what is it? The Chips Ahoy chocolate chip cookie. So let me ask you this: what do you think is the most popular cookie in the United States? What do you think is the most popular type of cookie in the United States? And then, once we get that sorted out, what do you think is the most popular brand of cookie in the United States? Oh yeah, you guys got it. You guys know it right off the bat. It is Oreo. Oreo is the most popular cookie and the most popular brand. So Oreo is the best-selling cookie in the world. It is sold in over 100 countries. It was first produced in 1912 by Nabisco, but at the time Nabisco was called the National Biscuit Company. It was founded in 1898 by William Moore, Adolphus Green, and John Zeller in Chicago, Illinois. Now, here's a trivia question. The Oreo is a copy of what cookie that was first created in 1908 by the Sunshine Biscuit Company? Again, the Oreo is a copy of what cookie that first was created in 1908 by the Sunshine Biscuit Company. All right, so now I have to eat it. What did I do with them? They were just here. Oh, here we go. Now, this says king size. That looks like Oreo, standard Oreo size, but I think maybe they say that because they have these, which are minis. If I gotta eat Oreo, I'm just gonna do full size. Now, I will say I've eaten a lot of Oreos, especially for the channel, because it's they always come out with the new flavors and everything, and I gotta try that. And I will also say that I'm not a big fan of Oreos, so I will judge this. I will judge this on its own merit and try not to let my bias get the best of me when I am judging it. That's an Oreo. That doesn't look like king size to me. That looks like this is an Oreo-sized Oreo. All right, here we go. Now, there's two types of Oreos. This is the basic one. This is the one that they sold for decades before they changed variety. There's the golden ones, too. The golden ones might have vanilla in it. I'm not sure. I will also tell you, so how many of you guys noticed the thumbnail that I used for today's live stream? It was me outside of a 7-Eleven drinking a Slurpee. I don't know how many noticed that. The Slurpee I was drinking was the Oreo Coke, the Oreo Coke Slurpee. Now, I covered the Oreo Coke and the Coke Oreos. I thought the Coke Oreos matched the taste of Coca-Cola more so than the Coca-Cola matched the taste of the Coke Oreos. For some bizarre reason, I'm not sure why, the Slurpee, the Oreo Coke Slurpee, had more of that Oreo flavor than the Oreo Coke by itself did. I don't know why. It's the same thing. I have no idea. Do they still use beef lard? They do not. So they are considered vegan now because they do not. They originally used beef lard. I think it's only recently they have not used beef lard, but they used to use beef lard. And they just changed the recipe, and so now they're essentially vegan, but maybe they're produced in places where there's non-vegan stuff in there, so they can't actually call them vegan. Yeah, everybody got it. It's Hydrox cookies, and Hydrox is they stopped making them. I can't remember exactly when, but there's a company that brought them back and still makes them. Now the problem is, like, I would love to review these, but the problem is that you have to buy in bulk. and you have to spend $50 and buy like cases and cases of these things. And so I guess maybe they're trying to sell to people who are going to sell it afterwards. But for me, it's not worth it to buy cases and cases of something that might taste like an Oreo just for comparison's sake. So that's why I haven't done it yet. But I would love to at some point in time try Hydrox. When we were kids, they were still selling Hydrox cookies. But the thing is, I guess Nabisco was much better at marketing, because everyone thought that Hydrox was a copy of Oreos when it was the other way around. So that's why Oreos didn't last too long. All right, and then last but not our trivia question was. What was our trivia question? I just got rid of it. Did I even ask a trivia question? No, that was the Hydrox. Hydrox was the trivia question. I did ask that. All right. So last but not least, let's see. We're almost at 3 o'clock right now, and we're just getting to the last item. But that's okay because it's the last item. What do you guys think the most popular dessert is in the United States? Now, I will tell you that it's ice cream. Ice cream is the most popular. I didn't want to do ice cream because I figured by the time I got home, melt the whole thing and like that. So let's maybe let's not say that. So let's say the second most popular dessert in the United States is pie. It's pie. So what do you think is the most popular pie in the United States? Most popular pie in the United States. Yeah, vanilla ice cream is the most popular dessert in the United States. Apple pie. Yeah, it is apple pie. And as far as brands go, there's really not a brand. Like I thought maybe Marie Callender's or something. There's not a specific brand again, it's one of those things, store brand or, homemade or made off a cart or something like that. So there's no real most popular brand of apple pie. So they're all kind of generic. So I went to Ralph's, which is our local Kroger store, and I got a Kroger brand apple pie. And these are always good to get the little ones like that because you don't want to end up with a whole pie that you're going to end up eating. This was in the oven, so I put it in the oven to warm it up a little bit because when you buy them, they're not warm. So Kroger was founded in 1883 by Bernard Kroger. So again, not just a catchy name, in Cincinnati, Ohio. It is the largest grocery store operator in the United States by revenue. And so the question is about apple pie. In what or where did apple pie originate? Where did apple pie originate? When I was a kid, I could have eaten a whole one of these little ones by myself. There we go. Don't even need a fork for that. This almost tastes like the Hostess fruit pie, apple pie. It's just that has like a sugar glaze on the outside of it. This one's almost like that. It's really basic. Apple pie is a tough one because there's so many different ways to make an apple pie. Everyone makes it different. One of those things that somebody asks you to bring a dessert to a party. Well, most people bring an apple pie. Or pumpkin pie this time of year. But apple pie is more popular than pumpkin pie. All right. So my issue with this, the apple doesn't have any crispness to it. So in a really good apple pie, there's still a little bit of bite to the apple, a little bit of crispness. It also could use a little bit more cinnamon, I think. It's not too bad. It's not overly sweet, but like I said, the apples are just like a little bit overcooked, I think. So I'm going to give that, where's my thumb? I'm going to give that a thumbs. Because it's going against other apple pies, I'm going to give it a thumbs in the middle. And I've had much better apple pies. It's not terrible though, but it's a utility apple pie. All right, our trivia question was, where did the apple pie originate? And the correct answer was, in fact, England in the 14th century. So actually, apples, what we know as apples in the United States, apples are really popular, and most people would assume that apples are from either New Hampshire or Washington State. They are not. Apples are from Europe. They were brought here from Europe. The only apple that was native to North America was the crab apple, and it's sour and hardly ever used for anything. It's not like a kind of apple you could eat raw. So the apples that we know were brought here from Europe, mostly from England. So, all right. So it is now 3 o'clock. We are all done. What do you guys think? You guys want me to do goop melange? Average goop? Oh, Eli says average guy goop. Anybody else? Let's see. Can you stick around? We'll take like 5 minutes and do an average guy goop. What do you guys think? Anybody? Everybody? Eli? Well, Eli says yes. Jenna says sure. That it? All right, that's 2-0. Goop. All right, everyone wants a goop. All right, well, let's do goop melange. All right, so might as well start with this apple pie. This is going to be a strange one. I can guarantee that. All righty. Let's see what else we got. We got our hot dog, bun and all. Because, you know, the bun was part of it, right? Okay, there's our hot dog. Our grilled cheese. That doesn't go cold well. It's a little soggy cold. There's our grilled cheese. Mashed potatoes. Let's use the one with the gravy. Why not? To be honest with you, this probably isn't much drastically different than Oscar Madison's goop melange. What do I do with our Oreos? Oh, we got Cheerios. Let's put them in from the box. We have, our chicken noodle soup. What am I forgetting? Oh, Oreo. That might be it. I think that's it. I think that's it, right? Oh, the pizza. The pizza. I forgot how much I don't like Domino's pizza. But the problem is, when you have the good stuff, you raise the bar. I will say that Pizza Hut is kind of a crapshoot. Some good, some not so good. Papa John's, I don't like Papa John. Not the pizza, the man. All right, I think that's it. And if it's not, it's going to have to be it. Because that is a goop to melange history. Oh, those noodles. Oh, this smells weird. We got noodles, we got mashed potatoes, we got apple pie, this is crazy. We got a hot dog, pizza. Here we go. The Coke, no, we never put the beverages in. Because we have the Bud Light too. Texture-wise, it's mashed potatoes. Because remember, those noodles have no texture. It's just mush. The Oreos, you can taste the Oreos because it's a sweet thing that kind of sticks out. Now, I'm got a little bit of apple pie in there. It doesn't taste horrible, but it does taste weird. I don't know. Not a big fan. I'm gonna have to give that a. I'm gonna have to give that a thumbs in the middle for Goût Mélange. All right. So, I mean, if I was judging this, if somebody made this as a dish and I was judging it, I would give it a solid thumbs down. But I'm judging it against Goût Mélange, in which case I'm going to give it a thumbs in the middle. The texture is just weird. It does have little bits of like flavors that come through. Like you get pieces of the Oreo, you get pieces of the apple pie. Those flavors come through. It's mostly potato. That's mostly what you get is the flavor of the potato. It's not horrible. There's not horrible taste in there. It's not like you have anything like pepper or fish or anything like that. So there's not horrible taste and everything, but there's nothing that makes it worthy of combining those things together. So it is what it is. So again, I want to thank, I think it was Sonic Jet, if I'm not mistaken, for suggesting that we do this. Before I finish, did I miss anything? Did I miss anything that anybody put in there? Because I hate doing that where like I'm talking or I'm busy making something or anything and I forget anybody. So if I forgot something, if somebody asked me something or somebody mentioned something, please, please throw it back in there and we will deal with it. Val, throw in some crunched up ramen in there and you have some jail spread. So funny you mentioned ramen, because after this, in another hour, I am going to be reviewing a ramen with Julie and with Katie from Beyond Seattle Eats. Hang on one second. I will show you what we're going to review. This is impossible to get in the United States, but I have a friend who lives in Germany who was able to get this for me. So we are going to be doing this in an hour. It is the Samyang Buldak 3X spicy noodles. And it is not going to be pleasant. I can promise you right now it's not going to be pleasant. We're going to be doing that this afternoon. We also have some other things coming up. We have those soups that I showed you earlier. We're going to be reviewing those. A whole bunch of stuff, coming up this week, a lot of fun stuff. So thank you for hanging out. Let's see, did I miss anything? Did I miss anything at all? Janice, you said you tried that Slurpee. Yeah, I just thought it was weird because the Slurpee had more of that Oreo flavor than I think the Coke did by itself. So we're kind of weird. I'm not sure why that is. So I thank you once again, and thank you, Sonic. I think it was you that suggested it, and everybody thought it was a great idea, and I did. Let me know. Leave a comment on, like, not in the chat, but on the live stream when it saves. Leave a comment on there and tell me what you thought of today's live stream. Did you think it was a great idea? Did you think it worked well? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Did you, what did you think of it? What did you think of my review of all these items that you're probably familiar with and everything? What did you think? So let me know. Put that in the comments down below. Now, don't forget to also check out the other channels. The people that we recommend. If you don't know who they are, you go to our main YouTube page and you scroll down to featured channels, and they're all in there. Janice Yamanaka, Tom, old guy in Colorado. There's a bunch of people, Joshua Maxwell. A bunch of people have video channels that we like and we recommend to you, and we think you would like them. And if you do like them, then subscribe to them. Be sure to click that little bell that has little lines on it, because then you'll be notified every time somebody comes out with a new video or a live stream or whatever. You put the thumbs up to like it and leave comments, because it really helps them out a lot. Well, we wouldn't even suggest them to you if we didn't think you'd like them. So yeah, definitely check those out. And if you have not subscribed to Trippy Food yet, then please do so, because it helps us out as well. So I thank you all for your support over time. And it's a great community here. I sound like a broken record, but I always look forward to this. It's the high point of my week, being able to spend the time with you. You're a great interactive group. It's a great community, and I really appreciate you guys. So thank you so much for your support. But that having been said, just remember, it's a crazy world out there. So please be careful. Take care of yourselves. Take care of others. And we'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody.